This is a march organized by activists in support of Ukraine in Vilnius, the capital of Lithuania. It is dedicated to the anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The Baltic states, which have been under Soviet oppression for many years, are now tearing down Soviet monuments, banning pro-Russian symbols, and abandoning all ties to Russia as much as possible. Lithuania demonstrates unconditional support for the Ukrainians, and that has a few reasons.
The country which stands on the front line of NATO realizes that a military strong Russia could start threatening the Baltic states. They would be one of the first targets of the Kremlin's aggression. Obviously, thanks to NATO membership, they will cope with it much faster and easier, but nevertheless, I am sure they have such fears.
Head of the Seimas of the Republic of Lithuania, Viktorija Čmilytė-Nielsen, states that Russia is a bloody aggressor which breaks all the rules and shows complete disregard for human life, and Lithuania will not get tired of helping Ukrainians in their fight for independence for as long as the hostilities continue. The politician said this in her interview with Current Time.
This aggression is not only against Ukraine, it is an attack against the whole system of international order that bases on clear rules. Our task is to protect it by all means, and if Europe doesn't do enough to help Ukraine in every way possible, it will be very difficult for us to talk sincerely about values later on unless we can show not in words but in deeds that we are ready to stand for them here on our continent. Viktorija Čmilytė-Nielsen, Speaker of the Seimas of the Republic of Lithuania.
The Lithuanian defense minister has reacted to Russia's numerous night attacks on peaceful Ukrainian cities. In his opinion, the Russians are hunting Patriot air defense systems. Although the occupiers have no success, they report the opposite to the Kremlin.
Russia is still trying to hunt down Patriot anti-missile systems every night, however with no luck. The official version is already lying on Putin's desk. All Patriot batteries have been destroyed. No one dares to tell him the truth. Arvydas Anušauskas, Lithuanian Minister of Defense, on Twitter.
Lithuanian Minister of Defense has advocated strengthening defense of NATO's eastern flank. NATO members will gather in the upcoming next week's summit in Vilnius to discuss security issues, Reuters report.
At the Vilnius summit, we'll strive for practical solutions to strengthen the defense of the eastern part of NATO, to ensure a reliable air and anti-missile defense in the Baltic states. Deficiencies in the air defense capabilities are noticeable both in the Baltic states and the entire alliance. For the first time in our history, NATO will provide full air defense during the Vilnius summit.
Another topic for discussion at the upcoming summit in Vilnius will be an address of NATO members to provide Kyiv with a roadmap for joining the alliance. This was announced by Viktorija Čmilytė-Nielsen during a NATO exercise at the Pobrada training ground.
In fact, there is an agreement that we need to increase defense funding for individual countries, and on the issue of Ukraine's membership of NATO, almost all speakers see it as a NATO member. We hope it will happen in the nearest future. Viktorija Čmilytė-Nielsen, Speaker of the Seimas of the Republic of Lithuania, during a speech at the Pobrada military training ground.
At the same time, Lithuania continues to support Ukrainians who are forced to flee Russian aggression. Thus, in the new school year, 2 Ukrainian schools will open in 2 Lithuanian cities, Kaunas and Šiauliai, so that children can continue learning both their native Ukrainian language and Lithuanian in addition. According to the government, since the start of the Russian invasion, 70,000 Ukrainians have found temporary shelter in Lithuania, among them 25,000 minors. Reported by Natalia Bilokudria, Yevhen Karmazin, UATV News.